I get to blame the fact that I muted the roadcaster. All right, microphone's working. Yeah. So as I was saying before, just letting everything load up. Making sure everything's working properly. Looks like Caster Labs is not working properly. Surprising no one. And unfortunately, unfortunately, the Stream Elements beta that is currently going on, um, or not beta, but the new Stream Elements release that lets you have the multi-chat. I don't think it works with the enhanced broadcasting beta, but that's something for me to test on a day when I actually want to go through all the rigmarole of dealing with SE Live again, because that has all of its own problems that I just got tired of. So at this point, we're just gonna have to live with what we've got, and what we've got is a whole lot of nothing from the looks of it. All right. Let's send a test message here, and let's see where that pops up. Okay, so the vertical stream has chat from StreamerBot. Okay. Regardless, I'm not gonna sit here and try to fix Caster Labs because that's just a recipe for disappointment. So let's just get into the game. Turning up the volume for myself. Bro, you were here for the last week's stream. We were in the exact same spot. I put the PlayStation in rest mode. Didn't lose power or anything this week, so it is exactly where we left off. On the boat. We still have a Will o' the Wikes going from last week. And let's see. Looks like we're going inside. Oh, hello, item. I should probably check the whole deck of the boat for chests before we go inside, shouldn't I? Nothing over there. And nothing over here. All right. So, if you're in here, where we left off was we took off on the ship, the Enterprise, Middleland ship, chasing after Odin, or Lord Barnabas Tharm, who has currently imprisoned Shiva, who is Clive's obvious love interest, Jill. So, we're going to see if she's inside.
At last, I'm going to die. Just watch your spill.
All right.
I need to hurry.
So we jumped off of the ship to fight Odin, and Odin decided to go to the other ship where everyone was.
No! There he is! He wants him alive! Hold on. I'm coming. For both of you. That's the
Cool. Just need a quick refresher of what all my abilities are. We're using Bahamut now instead of Titan. I just liked his loadout just a little bit better. Because we can do this, which is obviously a nice bit of damage. Oh. Yeah, I couldn't tell what that was back there. Lock onto this fool. Why did I? One moment. I'm getting a phone call. Hello? All right. Sorry about that. Call from the plumbers. They're coming on Monday. For you know, maintenance type of routine thing. And they wanted to know if they could come tomorrow, but since I'm not typically home during the week because of my job, I said negative, sir. This doesn't do a whole lot of damage to big chunky enemies. I have no potions. Wow. Get a little bit of healing back from this. I could use Will of the Wisps here, but I'll just finish him off with some basic attacks here.
She must be here somewhere.
Somewhere. before we go inside looking for her, let's double check the deck for some supplies. That's where we came out of initially, right? Yeah. So my assumption is going to be, or maybe not, there's 2 deck enclosures. I don't know where we came out of. Was it this one? Doesn't look like it, seeing as there's an item down here. I'm not gonna hurt you, bud. That's the ladder. Taking on water. Let's aim it this direction. We'll catch the guy behind us in it as well. But I'm always worried that the behind range is going to be really small compared to the in front range.
Get back.
Clive,
Loving embrace later.
I'll explain later.
People are in danger.
Can you walk?
out of here I can.
Let's do it then. Our friends are in danger.
Stand still!
Phoenix, are you not the dominant of fire? I see naught before me but a guttering flame.
Watch out behind you, sir. Oh, I guess not. I guess he's gonna prime all the way, isn't he? Yep, there he is.
Odin.
The 6-legged beast.
In honest then.
That's not gonna hurt him. Good defense. Was there gonna be a cool, like, we see the ocean floor type thing? Almost. But look at that. Look at that. That's really cool. No, oh no. Uh-oh. Are we gonna go under? That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, we're under the water. Oh, we're not under the water. That's really cool. Oh, man.
Can you go on?
I think so.
Come on, Jill. Pull through. The water is going to be coming back to slam into us any moment now. They're
But
like,
to where?
there you are.
You. What did you do to Joshua?
The Phoenix? Oh, I expect he will survive. This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation.
Yeah, a little bit.
And thus has my master turned to my blade. The world will soon be painted in black. And
Will
all
it?
that live shall gather in death's autumn wake.
That's really metal.
Not if we remove the cause of this misery.
Straight up.
Not if we destroy the last of the mother crystals and restore balance to the world.
And this is where
Do you truly think
he's
it's
like,
so simple?
you've been the reason why it's this easy.
The blight is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless march. Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering.
Now,
You must embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept your place with the Lord.
Keep it. As long as there's a chance, there's a choice.
Ever led astray by your blind resolve.
a little bit, yeah.
Now, it is time you learn the inevitability of your divine fate. However much it may hurt.
Oh ho.
Get as far away as you can.
Clive, no.
Trust me, Jill.
I mean, you're just sending her to her death anyway, though. Like, get as far as away as you can on the ocean floor.
We don't have to do this.
Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty.
Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, it looks like Caster Labs just cannot connect to my YouTube streams properly.
You have grown much. Yet as a vessel, I fear my Lord will still find you lacking. Let's try. All this fire and fury. And for what? Stopping the blight. A foolish notion fed to you by a foolish man.
How dare you?
Did I not hit him with Judgment Bolt?
Nor of our place in it. If our fates were so easily rewritten, we would all be gods. Defend yourself. Raise your guard.
Yeah, you keep doing that, man. You keep fueling my hits.
If reason cannot sway you, there are other means of persuasion that might. Cast off your sins. Are you ready?
Where'd he go? Actually, there he is.
Assume the mantle you've been given.
Does this kill me?
This is the light of hope, Senate. You would yield so soon.
Never.
Clive!
She didn't get very far.
Do you not see? Your iron will weighs you down, dragging you ever further from your purpose. And what is my purpose? Mythos. Who are we? What
Yeah,
are the
but-
dominants? The breath of the
Tell us.
Creator still warm on our lips. We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name.
Really?
We are but mighty acts of God.
We are more than that.
You would be nothing without what he has granted you. The power
That's-
we wield is his, and yet every time we draw upon it, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon.
Okay.
It is too much for even his chosen few.
Yes, we're all dying from turning into icons and stuff.
Apart from you, Mythos. You wield the might of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is that we dominants are a means to an end.
Okay.
We were created for you, that you might drink deep of our strength and thereby fulfill your divine purpose.
Which is?
To feed. As you would know, could you only look beyond the walls of your prison of self-regard. As long as you choose to ignore this, you shall never penetrate my defenses.
Okay.
Still, you may take solace in the fact that you are not alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of mankind, but there is yet cause to rejoice. For the Lord, in his mercy, has taken pity on his flawed creations,
That's so.
and shall see them restored to their proper forms.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God.
Gross.
No.
No, I don't accept. I don't think Clive accepts either.
Lord Rossfield. They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
You mean to turn everyone Akashic?
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return to a world of quiet equality, where they might once more know salvation.
Salvation! And abandon everything we hold dear!
We don't need your salvation. We'll save ourselves, and we'll do it on our own terms. Not yours, and not your gods.
With every defiant expression of your will, the tighter the chains of consciousness become.
Can we just talk about how like
But
good looking
perhaps
all of this
that
is?
fact may be put to use.
Clive!
Here comes the water.
The faster it binds you to the remaining dominance, the stronger your hunger will become. Until it leads you back to the only answer there ever was. Mayhap not by the path my master intended, but back all the same.
Ash is not far. I could freeze a path.
You're in no fit state.
Probably not, but I can try.
Oh. What's gonna happen is he's gonna end up absorbing your power. Yeah, he's gonna end up absorbing the Shiva power now, most likely. Clive bested. That's a victory screen. Here you go. You got beat up. That's rough. Okay. The Will of Light Impulse. Increase impulse will damage by 10%. Okay. The Shadow Coast, Western Ash.
I hope the others are safe.
The Enterprise was clear
Hope
of the
so
camp
too.
when we fell. They made it, Jill. And they would have seen the ice where it led. We need only wait till dawn.
That we do. Is this TOS right here? It looks a little TOS.
This has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
Yeah, a little bit.
And maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I
That red
know
star
would
is still
never do
there.
that.
So you believe. But do you really know me?
Yeah, I definitely think
I'm more
we're
monster
going
than man.
to
And each time I summon the flames from within.
just gonna let this play out because I'm not entirely sure where this is gonna lead to. And if I need the footage, I could always grab it later from, I'm sure, somebody on YouTube. True. Let's have an Oreo, yeah? They're still chatting. A little bit of hugging. Still chatting. We're talking about Clive, childhood, how he's always trying to save everybody. Jill saying that he never takes care of himself and he's always alone because of it. But he doesn't have to be alone. Oh, she's holding his hand now. Now they're actually facing each other. And I believe now she's gonna give him the Shiva. There it is. Okay. Got a wide angle panning shot. I'm just describing all this to you because I wasn't smart enough to, just move some stuff around and just hide the gameplay screen from you guys. Definitely, it's definitely a little TOS. The sounds and the visuals, like nothing's happening. He's still absorbing the Shiva essence, but no, he's telling her he loves her. Basically, a little more wordy than that. Making promises now too. Oh, he kissed the hand. How cute. Ooh, that's a rough promise that I'm not sure you're gonna be able to keep, my friend. Uh, uh. How cheesy. Are they actually gonna kiss? Is it gonna? There you go. Still TOS. I'm sorry. I'd show it, but they're still naked. And now we pan away to the moon. Am I safe to put it back? Game. Are we dressed? Well, we'll find out. There we go. We're dressed. There's a bell ringing, probably from the ship. There they are. There's the Enterprise. The couple. Aww. You guys can do this. Let's not forget, like, Joshua got injured, didn't he? So, like, let's hope he's okay. Where's Torkel? He's like, they kept me up all night.
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
No. Our paths will cross again soon enough,
Smart.
whether we like it or not.
The smart move, Clive.
Besides, there is something we must do first.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last mother crystal.
Yep.
The Einherja is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her.
Until we find out that he has, like, 7 more ships
But
just
they
like
know
that
we're
one.
coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
That it will. He's like, alright, fine. I'll get up. But this is nonsense. Couldn't sleep at all. All the noise you guys made. The promise. Little foreboding. Bling. Doom, 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 doom. You ever get that feeling looking at a like map that like you're gonna end up getting pulled somewhere at some point? That's what I feel about that hole.
Odin split the sea in two. She's always been partial to a tall tale. But
It
there's
happened.
tall, and then there's tall.
It
I
happened.
struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherja, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
You sure that's wise? Last I heard, the place was still overrun with a Kashyyyk.
Show
Okay.
me a city where that isn't true.
True.
Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we?
We've
done
been
our
out of
best to
time.
shore up that hideaway. I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still,
Probably not.
we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's
Yeah.
hope so.
Cross the Narrow. Power of Ice. Clive has claimed a portion of Shiva's essence. Attuning with Shiva will not only change my magic, but grant me new abilities. Shiva's feet. Cold Snap can be used swiftly. Oh, it's a dodge. So, cool. We get a second
Should
dodge.
visit Joshua. Assuming Talia will allow it.
Let's
I wasn't expecting
get some
you back so
rewards.
soon. Here's everything we've received and everything promised. Here you are.
Nice.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
We've got tons of stuff to do, but let's see how Joshua's doing.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But
Okay.
not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what
Yeah.
would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough.
No.
The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
Pretty much.
You underestimate yourself.
No.
Oh,
No,
it
he was a
crystal
plaything.
clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry.
Bruised
brother.
ego.
That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
Perhaps. Speaking of the prince, where is he? Let's find out, apparently. Oh, Prince Dion. Fresh wrappings. Your old wrappings are in the bucket on the table.
What is this place?
Don't move.
Broken plates and bowls. Ah, your spear.
Here, it's fresh from the well.
Yes, she's been taking care of you, Leon. Come on, man. Get with the program, yeah?
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place.
Okay.
I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
Kind of figured that's what the lanterns were going to signify. Pretty sad, though. How many of them there are. And that's just now. You know, this is weeks after everything that happened, I'm assuming. But no, it has to be weeks, even months probably, because remember, they were all knocked out and in intensive care for a long time.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand, then, ultimately?
Probably.
No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear.
Eh.
And for it, I must atone.
You're
That's a healing nicely.
halfway there.
It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there.
Is he going to tell her to sell the spear?
You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks
Not
to you
quite.
and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Spoken like a true kid.
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
I mean, at the minimum, yes, you owe us, bro.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of
Yes,
course,
Tarja.
Lady Tarja.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
Okay.
The Professor!
Okay.
I'll go and tell you come in.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
May not.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
You think he's listening to me? He's not listening to me. Just the same way he's not listening to you. Come on. Like, how do you think that I'm somehow going to be able to convince him to, you know, not rush headlong into battle? Kidding me? You don't care about what I have to say. Oh, hey, Karen.
I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can read. Congratulations. But I
Rude.
didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at them. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
I don't think so.
Usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what
allegedly.
seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
Maybe.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
Okay. Let me buy some supplies, please.
Go on then.
Rune blade. Okay, so
It'd better all be here.
better than what we've got, but I'm assuming that we're one upgrade away from having something better. I just need the heals.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that.
How am I robbing you blind? You're the one that sets the prices here. Oh, we've got auto Phoenix Downs. Huh. That would have been good to have against the Odin fight. Not that I think it would have mattered since we died in a cutscene. Use a forge. Yeah, I figured that it was going to be one of those situations where we just do an upgrade.
Should last you a good while.
Here's a new weapon. What's Icebrand look like? I want to know. I like the clean look for Joshua here, where he doesn't look like a bum. Yeah. Boom. Oh, that's pretty. Go with it.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out
I like all the little like lattice work that it has. All right. Check our missives, since sometimes there's stuff here. A riddle. Oh, yeah. There's one crystal that needs cracking. Yep. Humble request. Not yet. Yote leaving us a note. Nice. What's her name again? Isabel, but what is she called? I don't remember. Letting us know that the brothel's open to us. Okay. We'll worry about the rest of those notes later. I just don't want to read them all out loud right now. Let's go talk to Vivian.
Farmers are abandoning their fields and traders their route.
Still say it were a compliment. Ah, Clive.
Hello, Vivian.
I was wondering when you'd arrive. Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hand.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask
excuse me.
Molly if you can look in one of her ovens? Go on.
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's Spine. And we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash, and the information we do have is spotty and outdated.
Yeah.
We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne.
Smart
If
move.
there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
And tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right, if it will get you out of my hair. But interrupt me, and it's over. Understood?
Come on, Vivian. Why gotta be like that?
Barnabas Thom, the one they call the Last King.
Yep.
Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldemark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea. Tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm.
Makes sense.
Note that
Came out of
this was
nowhere.
in the year 843.
What year is it now?
And that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later.
That man don't look 40 years old, ma'am.
Untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray. A bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canvas streets.
Yeah.
Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas,
It did.
then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way
Sort
of
of.
saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash.
Isn't it also
Much
the
of
fact
the
that
continent has already been
the
lost
beastmen
to
were
blight,
killing the
and
Waloed
what few
soldiers?
ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore.
I mean...
You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Pretty much.
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelf.
Real spicy there, Vivian. And for no reason. Eh. What did that say? Hold on. There's a little pop-up about side quests just now, wasn't there? We have to go back and do so many that I picked up and just never did.
A lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
Should we just focus on getting some side quests done? I want to say yes, actually. They've been putting it off for a couple of Saturdays now. But we need a little bit more power if we're going to survive.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson,
Okay.
They vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared.
Because kids never
This
lie.
certainly means they had everything to do with it.
There you go. You're on to the right
I don't like. They were in the.
right idea. All right. Let's go figure out what they did with mid-scales. Huh? Mm-hmm. Did they say it during the FaceTime? Is that what? Yeah, gotcha. I guess we'll learn more soon. He's not really a maybe.
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go,
Did you turn on the
well,
smart switch?
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped.
Okay.
Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So,
It looks like Cash Labs finally
on the menu
decided
this
to
time?
connect to both of the chats.
Fried Mortress of Skyworm.
Hello, all
That's one
chats.
heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out Skyworm livers and Drake's mint are not what I thought they were.
Okay.
At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Ah, that's a
That's a question for a scholar.
wouldn't
What did you say?
Perhaps you know of one?
Perhaps.
Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he
Perhaps.
does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a
Okay.
reputation to uphold.
Let's update the stream description since we had our fight with Odin. Side questing. Because that's what we're gonna do for a little bit. Okay. Well, it looks like I can't even talk to Harpocrates right now anyway.
I have no reason to assume otherwise.
No, she didn't.
Let's see what Joshua has to say.
Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject. And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
All right.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate.
Yes.
While I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example, one that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus?
Nope.
I would think not, few have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Okay.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us.
Would
Though
so.
in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
He was carrying a book? Since when?
Sure. If you're finished here, join me in the ale hall.
Where's
I
he
need to
carrying the
speak to
freaking
everyone before
book?
we leave.
Right away.
Wonderful. Can I talk to Harpocrates now about our food
If it
ingredients?
please your grace, might I one day borrow the chronicles for a short while?
Of course not. Okay.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones.
Fair enough.
If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention.
Yep.
As well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going, and a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters. Fly merchant colors and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
We can fly.
The Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... Very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
I was expecting Dion to walk in and be like, and what of my task?
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
Of course.
Now can I talk to Harpocrates? Oh, progress on certain quests is no longer limited, is what it said. Yeah. Hello.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal.
Oh, glad we have multiple things to talk to him about.
Right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite.
Yeah.
Which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
He did awaken.
I rather
What
think
did
she might be right.
Thornwolves
Though
feast
not
on?
about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within. And I see no reason why a frostwolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frostwolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients.
Excuse me.
As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
Double, you say?
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators.
Okay.
The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
Excuse me. Oh, and now we need to speak with him again.
Lawsman Harpocrates, I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Skyworm and drake's mint.
So the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water.
It would help if we knew what more.
Skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. No. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
I remember where this is.
So we know where to look for our liver.
Northreach.
The drake's mint.
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the Northreach coast.
So both in Northreach.
One can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other.
Yep.
To Northreach then.
Best of luck, Clark, and do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
That's cool. It's a nice thought too, like for people to have served food that way.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of Pepio nuts and all.
Goots?
Is everything all right, Goots?
What did you
seem
do?
more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like... Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies.
True.
Especially not the kind who go hating people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
I'm not afraid.
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
All right. Yeah, we have so many side quests to do. Do I do that? I'll do that first, and then I'll head over to Mid's workshop.
Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain.
Wait.
Wait, what exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating.
You're not very well spoken, Clive.
About you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocence, do you?
No, we just want to
I've
know
done things I'm not proud
who
of.
would say such a
Might be there
thing.
were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was
Again,
wrong of me to doubt you.
misunderstanding.
No, it was. No. I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course.
Oh, Clive.
Stew's awfully thin these days.
Return to Goots.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded. And that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Fair enough.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons.
Or
Perhaps
perhaps we find
I'm
out.
going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil, so that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
All right, Goots. Wonderful.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts? I've never had anything so delicious.
Sid.
Hello,
do
Nigel.
You recall the flowers I had you bring back to the yard?
Yes.
Vaguely. Is something wrong?
I'm afraid so. I was able to get most of the Morganbeards to take root, but they rarely flower. I fear the soil here does not agree with them. However, I believe I have a solution.
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards
With Morbles.
I know. But hear me out. Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temperament. The fire which drives them appears to be maintained by an abundance of nutrient-rich ether drawn from their environs. I believe that by grafting a Morble vine to a Morganbeard, The appendage's wealth of vigor-inducing nutrients might well stimulate the flower to bloom. The endeavor, I assure you, is scientifically sound. I simply need a vine to prove the theory.
And all you need is a single vine from an ordinary morble.
That is correct. A single vine. As for the morble, I fear ordinary may not suffice. But as luck would have it,
Of course not.
a most extraordinary specimen is rumored to haunt the swamps of Rosaria.
What if I don't want to fight an extraordinary
This very creature was only
morble?
recently posted on the hunt board.
How timely.
Well, I shan't keep you any longer. I know you have much to do, as do I. Now, where did I put my watering can?
Freaking marbles. I don't want to fight a marble, okay? Sue me. Slowly making my way around the hideaway, grabbing all the side quests.
Lady Karen's
Alright. Let's go over here then. And let's see what the kids did with mid-scales, shall we?
Canva lost. It can't be true.
What do you reckon we
Yes.
should do? I say we should just...
Sid! Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore,
it
it's
is.
not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss
Engineer.
Mididol said, the best way I see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
It's a good
Well, then
impersonation.
your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Inspect the scales.
All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales.
Yes.
Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else.
But what are the others?
But what of the others?
The
This
arm.
is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll
Maybe.
think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track.
The pans.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. These aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh goods? I don't think you'd fit on that little thing.
No. No, we would
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
Maybe the arm.
This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them.
Dungeon.
Most are on the floor.
It's a workshop.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round.
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
What do you think, children?
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo.
Okay.
And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
Except...
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's hairs.
Her hairs?
Hairs.
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
You know. Wait, where did the gear go?
Hey, look. We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
They're all like, what? What did you do? Why didn't you finish teaching us? It's actually really funny. Let's go down here and see what this person wants.
How was she?
Well,
The Enterprise, I mean.
that's it.
A wing?
Sid, reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear
Okay.
it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making.
An
Lovely
alembic.
bit of kit it is. Bunging a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that.
Okay.
Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
Okay.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. Alright. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores.
Drop down.
Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes
Drop
out
down.
clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out?
Man.
It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
How about you do your treasure
Alright.
hunts with me?
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you
You're still
kindly.
not quite
And-
fast enough.
and good hunting, eh?
You're supposed to drop down and then take the fan back up, and you turned away from the fan. And you stared at a wall for 10 seconds. The people will be the judge of that. The people. Okay? The people. The people are the people. No, don't you go trying to go in the chat. Yeah, Going in the chat. All the people won was a failed mission.
Please.
Yote!
Grace. My Lord Marquis.
Yote, is anything the matter? You seem troubled. Perhaps I might be able to help.
My lord. Yes. Perhaps
you might.
It's your brother. His condition continues to worsen, though he does his best to hide it. The lesion on his chest pains him more with each passing day.
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those afflicted by the curse, but His Grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able to prepare for him thus far have ceased to have any real effect. So I consulted with Talia and certain of my comrades among the Undying about the possibility of finding something stronger. And thankfully, a recipe was found. The only problem being that the critical ingredient is exceptionally hard to come by. And our supplies are almost exhausted. Unless we can secure more soon, your brother's anguish will likely become unbearable. My lord,
that's not good.
I know that I have no right to make demands of you. But would you help? For Joshua's sake.
Of course.
For Joshua? Anything.
Come on now.
So,
my little bro.
What is this critical ingredient?
A rare herb by the name of stonerwort. It grows only where the ether is densest. The vigor it stores in its stems helps to counteract the curse. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, yet more ether has erupted from the earth there recently, leaving the whole area flooded. The search continues for a new source. One that we might reach without being turned.
So it's only that you can't reach it. The Stonerwort itself is unharmed by the flood.
Well, yes, but...
Then I shall go in your stead.
But my...
You've yet to find another source, correct? Besides, I'm a dominant. The ether can't hurt me.
Well, if your Stonerwort is easily identified by its blood-red blooms, I shall remain here.
Okay. Perfect. A whole bunch of these side quests are taking us to Rosaria. And we haven't looked at the hunt board in a long time. I remember I tried fighting... Where is he? This one. Like, I tried fighting it once. And, got immediately destroyed. 3 reeds. A red chocobo. The Dread Comet. That's also another scary one there.
Split the sea. Clive, did you get my...
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto might be listening.
Is this better?
A little. Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it's maybe my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time, and I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me,
what you need,
you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen.
but only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds.
That's what you're rocking?
But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, asses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Okay. Fine.
Go.
You gotta you have to
You know I
upgrade
only
the
get
mods
master
too,
plan
sweetheart. You
here
don't
to
just put them
start
on at
movies.
rank 1.
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry.
Stressing yourself out.
I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No.
No, I
I
don't.
don't.
2-star rubies. Okay. Over to Karen. Here's where I'll tell you to start off. For now, since you don't really have a lot of anything, upgrade your vitality, your steel fiber, and redirection as at least like halfway. You should use it. And I'm sure you have one. Yeah. I would upgrade them at least halfway on the 3. Because those are armor, health, and shields. You do one at a time, yeah. Click on it, click fusion, and then, like I said, don't only go about halfway because you don't have that much endo, do you? Yeah, 12,000 is not going to be enough for more than. Yeah, like see where your endo cost is? No, the cost that you're spending. Go up one more because I think it doubles every time, right? One more. Yeah, so spend like that much on each one, like 1,200. No, go up 2 more. The endo, not the credits. Credits you can get more of easy. Yeah. Apply the fusion. And do that with all 3 of them. And that's just baseline survivability stuff. Steel fiber and vitality. Right now your problem isn't really, don't go all the way yet, because you've got what, 11,000? 1,200. Right about in there, yeah. I'll help you get some more endo later. Uninstall it, that's fine. Yep. And then do vitality next. Yes. Also, hold on. Do flow Just max it out. Yep. And intensify. Max it out. Cool. Now go back to the build, yeah. And just put those 5 things on for now. So you've already got, yep. You've got it already. Steel fiber, right? And then put the, see where it says polarity right there above your mouse? Like go up a little bit. Click that and click rank. Go all the way to the left. Put the intensify. Nope, you were there. All the way on the left. Keep going. Put the intensify in that top left one where it'll cut it in half. The one that's glowing. Yep. Also, do you have an aura that will fit in that aura slot in the top? Auras are the first category after where it says all. Honestly, put either one of those in there. It doesn't match what you have, but it's better than not having an aura at all. I would do Dreamer's Bond. Well, Dreamer's Bond gives you health and energy regen. Upgrade the Dreamer's Bond. Yep. Okay. You have space to put another mod back on because the Dreamer Spawn gave you more capacity. So you have 12 capacity. Put Equilibrium back on. Cool. Use that as just a starting point now, but you're going to notice you have way more health, way more shield, and you have more armor. So you should be able to take more hits. No problem. And like I said, I'm gonna help you. No, I'm gonna help you get like mods and stuff that like you're missing. Alright, I'm back. And you have access to the moon now.
Split the sea. Better off not knowing.
Okay, we've got all the side quests that this is gonna give us, right? Oh, we can, we'll turn in stuff later. We have side quests to do everywhere, but I know we have several to do right here. So let's go to Martha's first. And we'll pick up side quests at Martha's, and then we'll go around and start completing things.
Ah, Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
Remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attacked?
Do you remember?
Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood.
Okay.
Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all, but we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could, but where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock, which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
Okay.
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven. But there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals. And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
No burden at all.
No burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
That's true.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den, and they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry. Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men to their raids. Would have sent someone to clear them out sooner if my boys didn't already have their hands full
do
fending
have,
off the Akashic. But now we've got
a
few
weapon
more
to trade you.
Guardians of the Flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move. What do you say? Fancy leading a raiding party?
I do.
I do.
Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories. I'll gladly drive them out of there.
And I know the men will gladly follow you. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too.
Dare say he does.
Talk to him.
Of course.
All right.
Let's hear your plan.
All right. You know what I'm gonna do? Actually, kind of a what's it called?
Hospitality has its limits.
Meh thing to do, but I'm gonna stop here. And the reason I'm gonna stop here is I just want to. I'm not feeling this right now, and yeah, I want to do all these side quests, but I want to do them on their own dedicated stream. So we're gonna be doing that during next week's Final Fantasy stream, which will be starting a little bit earlier, primarily because I'm on break next week. So I have a little bit more time to stream, a little bit more time to do things like this. So I'm going to stop this here. Thursday's either going to be Path of Exile or Warframe. That's how it, that's going to go. I should probably actually play the League and see how I feel about it before I commit to playing Path of Exile. But that's where we're at. And then Sunday we'll be back in Dark Souls. But for right now, I'm just going to stop here. I'm just 100% not in the stream, as you guys have seen. So I'm just going to stop for the day, and we'll pick this up later. But for all of you guys that are here, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are enjoying the story so far. The little progress we made today is actually pretty good, considering that it's just stuff that we didn't see in the first playthrough. And yeah, I'm looking forward to what happens next. I'm gonna do probably a side quest stream maybe this weekend. So we'll go from there, all right? But I'll see you guys on Thursday. Till then, take care of yourselves.